Right, where are we going? From here. So the way this is set up, you've got two switches here. Over in the loco sidings. And two of the services use one and two of the services use the other. So sometimes you're going to be driving more looking out the front and sometimes more looking out the back. Just as a change. Right. So... Hey, Maystays. Lights are on. Better. Okay, where we go? This way? This way. Deltic Dan! 4th month, currently on a 2-month streak. Thank you very much indeed, Deltic Dan. Very much appreciate the support. So with the services on here, so there's 4 services where you're putting trains together. And they're probably all around the average an hour to 2 hours each. There's services where you take a train out. So for example, this ACS64, I think it's this one, maybe this one. One of the ACS64 services, you'll actually take that train, run it round, and couple up and go. And then I think there's 3 of those. So there's some varied operations in Sunnyside. Obviously got the main line over here, so you can see trains in the background. Is this the US Gronk? Yeah. Zen Trends finally got Tiers 29 on 2019. This is myself, the first drive, really enjoying it. Nice, glad you're enjoying it, Zen Trends. You're eating cake again, bitch. Disgraceful. I am fully in support. Any red light passing today? Hopefully not, but I wouldn't guarantee not to. Is tomorrow going to be driving cars around or even trucks? Be one of the two. I suspect it's either going to be Wreckfest or maybe some trucks for a change. So, it depends on how tired I am after going from work. Had a chicken chorizo pasta bake for your team member, yours truly. Awesome, nice job, Ben. I don't think they have announced it. I think there might have been a teaser. Someone was talking about, wow, they didn't leave it long. And I think there might have been a teaser about the next map. I haven't even bought Washington. I really need to get on and do that. Alright, we're going all the way round to here now. I haven't looked at the resulting map so far for ATS, so I'm not entirely sure where the next most logical place options are. It's obviously going to be linking up to where they're at currently. Driving over the salt flats in Utah, where I imagine would be quite picturesque. Did you just type without looking at the keyboard? I do it all the time. It winds people up. Probably spent one or too many years on the keyboard. Has anyone taken the plump for the new Xbox Game Pass they announced over the E3 thing? I decided I'd upgrade my Xbox Live Gold to the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, so that I get the PC stuff, the Xbox stuff, and the Xbox Live Gold for 10 quid a month. Thought that was a killer deal, actually. And I have to say, I've been really impressed with the range of content. I wasn't expecting there to be a lot that I wanted, and was mostly getting it for Forza, and I think there was one other game I thought looked interesting, Astroneer I think it was. But actually I've installed about a dozen or so games off of there so far, so yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. It's nice and easy as well in terms of it's like to work. It's it works dead easy. It installs okay, nice and fast. I'm completely hooked on Astroneer at the moment. Well, completely hooked. The solution you picked it up with, yeah, and it's only £1 for the first month as well, which is kind of a no-brainer. You're doing really well, thank you, Mickey. How about yourself? This is a service, Big Dog. It's the Empire service. Taking that one too. Back out to the loop. Wait for the PCS to reset, having coupled up. Two streams in a month, you're okay. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. It's 1 minute 20 seconds of pain waiting for that to reset. Working fan hype. If we couple up something, if we go up to 100 miles an hour into it, probably be a derailment. Probably. Is that what I said? Sit and drive seat. Where did you see that, Bob Diva? Oh yeah, wow. Huh. Oh, it's got that. There we go. Disillusion! Hey Matt, enjoying the BR Heavy Haul Pack. Oh, nice, glad you're enjoying that. Oh, that's what transition driver seat means. It's the button for allowing you to move the seat. And it does actually affect how he sits as well. Now I'm further forward. Now when I sit down, it'll default me to looking about that way. But anyway. The reason this has to go all the way out each time is because it has to get a signal clearance coming all the way back in, and that's the only signal actually that lets you come back in from, I think the next ones, I don't even know where the next ones are, so that's the only signal that will actually clear your path back in. These guys ever leave the service yard in services scenarios? I'm not aware they ever leave, because in order to leave, they would have to basically go into pen, and only except in exceptional circumstances are they allowed into pen. That's because they probably are the same characters, Ben. Not literally the same, but the same model, same types, right? Hey, Rivanis, how's it going? Mickey, I think you're possibly driving a 101. Baked Bean Kid, yeah, thank you for that gift to Moggy. 24 gift subs, thank you very much indeed, Baked Bean Kid. MK Dons, thank you very much for the resub. 32 months, much appreciated. You're cheating, yeah. Well, I kind of know you, so these things are not hard to predict. Right, clear the signal. Where are we going now? All the way back. Around to the... You loving the BR heavy freight pack? Yeah, that's gone down really, really well. I'm certainly enjoying that one as well. Will these coaches be picked up? No, unfortunately, none of their service, the coach sets that are made in the service mode, get used then in a later service. It was always the plan to do that, but unfortunately, time got away. Found a really, really interesting video on YouTube, which is a time-lapse video at Sunnyside Yard. Really interesting to watch. It's about an 8 or 9 hour shift, sped up to about 15 minutes long. And the camera's sort of about here. Kind of about there, I think the camera is roughly. I'm not aware both levels are modelled, Mr. Cubs, no. I've not looked in detail at the latest version, which would be the one on the Croton Harmon route. I can't remember what it's called now. I've not looked on that one. I haven't really done much of the Croton Harmon route, but the certainly on New York New Haven, it's only the top level. Rivanes, that cup could use some refilling. By the way, is this the new route? It's a new Loco DLC, it's not a new route. Just the switcher and cab car. There's one of the cab cars sitting there. Fixing lag is about settings and making your settings match up better to your system. So it depends on what level of anti-aliasing you're using, what detail, what spec your machine is. I mean, the key thing that usually causes problems is SSAA for using super sampled anti-aliasing. Unless you've got a big beefy machine, that one will drain FPS dry. But none of the other settings really cause a problem. If you've got a particularly low spec machine, then the switch to switching off dynamic lighting can help immeasurably, but it also makes the game look notably less good. You've earned a raspberry donut lolly later on, have you, Moggy? Well, good on you. Almost there. couple of coaches. To reset now. Right, so we're going forward to the loop again. Oh, we've got one coming in. One of the Metroliners is coming in at the moment. So we'll have to watch that as we come in, because we're probably going to get in its way. Oh, I know, he's been held up. Nice. Try dropping your settings, Mickey. For this light here. It's a pneumatic control switch because it detected a big change in the air pressure. There we go. So we should have 4 coaches now. Yep. Pick up a fit. I think there's 5 in this train. I think the problem is, for those of you who are on source, I'm using 7 megabit instead of 6. So if you're having problems, try dropping it to 720p and see if that helps it. Good night, Zen Trends. Well, how long's the stream been going? About an hour. Usually try and start around 8 o'clock when I can. Hey, G Cook Scotland, how's it going? Well, switching at 5 miles per hour, you're not going to get anything done quickly, Rob. It's about an hour this one. There's I think 2 at 90 minutes and 1 at 120. To be honest, I've got no idea. You'd need to talk to Victory Works about that. Or message to DTG. There's always tons of stuff to do, Baked Bean Kid, but I'm aiming to be back to normal streaming from Monday. I think the reason for the limit Big Dog, it's not because of the size of the yard, it's because people walk around it. If you watch that time-lapse video, you can see there's just loads of people, crew, walking around it. So I think they have to keep it at a low speed limit, just for safety reasons. What's the max speed of the Switch? I think it can do about 50-60 miles an hour. It's a road switcher. It's an SW1000R, but it's essentially the body shell of an SW1000, of an SW9, with the engine set of an SW1000 in it. The SW1000Rs, I think, only ran here, or only ran with Amtrak, but essentially they're sort of a hybrid between EMD and NRE. Hey Rockstar Mad, how's it going? It's actually holding 5 miles per hour quite easily then. Just running between notches sort of 0, 1 and 2. Because Sunnyside Yard is not all level either. You'll notice at the moment we're actually climbing a 1 in 250. Okay, it's not much of a grade, but the grade changes throughout the yard, so you have to watch what you're doing. If you want to stick to the 5 miles per hour, you have to really watch what you're doing. Once it's got the 4 coaches behind it, it starts getting a little more sluggish to respond as well. It's quite feisty on its own, obviously. Oh, here comes the other Metroliner. Keystone, I should say, rather than Metroliner. Yeah, this should be out on PS4 now, Rockstar Mad. Yeah, there's one scenario which is sort of a semi-fictional emergency situation where a loco is broke down in Penn and there's no other replacement available. And rather than keep the platform closed, they say that you're okay to bring the switcher into Penn Station to rescue it. It's a little bit stretching reality, but it means you get to take the switcher out from something else. Mickey, I've not really done an awful lot at all. I'm home this weekend, so I want to do a bit of streaming this weekend. Yeah, we don't have any P32s, Mr. Cubs. Literally the only diesel available is the switcher. We're clear to go and pick up our last coach. Will you finish college tomorrow? Oh, nice. Don't you mean we don't have one yet? Yeah, well, if I was to say something like that, everyone immediately jump on. Oh, Matt's just said we're going to be getting one of these really soon. It'll be out in the next week. So no, I try not to say yet anymore. Yet is too much of a loaded word. I quite like the view though, with all the tracks and the stuff going on. I'm busy with the cityscape in the background. Am I going a bit fast? It hasn't showed up on your PS4 yet, Rockstar Mad. Oh no, sorry, PS4 is tomorrow. I think PS4 is tomorrow. I think. Best bet is to ping Dovetail a message via one of the social media and just say what's happening with the PS4 release. Someone far more qualified than I will respond. Hey there, Fermero, how's it going? So has anyone else here been playing Astroneer at all? I know it's not the latest game in the world, but I managed to get myself completely hooked on it. I think I've had 2 days off work so that I could deal with anything coming up on my car, except that got 10 times worse. While I was waiting for all that stuff, I've just been sitting here playing Astroneer and completely lost myself in it. It's really good fun. Yeah, not bad for a mirror, not bad at all. I was going to stream last night, but I completely crashed. I don't know what happened. I think it must have been just tiredness catching up on me or something. But it got to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I just could barely hold my eyes open anymore. So I decided I would not try and attempt to stream, have an early night, and I feel much better for it. I think I might have needed a couple of days off, to be honest. Yeah, basically that's what I think it probably was, Rob. Been sat playing games, playing Astroneer yesterday, and my body was just like, oh, so you don't need to be awake then, are you? Right, boom, I'm pulling the plug. It literally felt like someone pulled the cord out. It was hilarious. I was like, why can't I? So, oh my word. Yeah, I pressed the update for Amiro, but it didn't seem to take on Twitch. Yeah, switching in this yard is done at low speed, Eds. What kind of coach is this we're coupling up to anyway? This is a business one, isn't it? A silver one, yeah, nice one. It's nice one. Am I going to stream the new channel? I've not looked at that yet at all yet. It's not so much a deer; it's more a person, to be honest, for America, because there's a lot of staff that walk around in the yard. PCS that time. Smashing. Right, heading all the way over there this time. Definitely feel the weight of the train getting heavier as you pick more up though, because I had to use notch 3 to get the train moving there, whereas with the initial load it was notch 1 would do it. After this scenario tour deck, I will restart the stream with a 6 megabit bit rate, and we'll see how it goes. Back on, we're only 500 at the moment. Does anyone see anything on the main line in the background? A bit more speed. Yes, Bruins, this is an Empire service train. This is 4 different trains, and I think 2 of them are 5 coach. I think one of them is 7 or 8 coaches. This is the finished train, Rob. It just has to be parked up in its final siding now. Can you control the switcher with it? I don't think in reality that would work though on the side. So I wouldn't expect it to. No, because I think that actually there's only an air brake. There is only air brakes coupled here. The electronic links aren't there, so no, there is only air brakes. So you could probably operate its brakes, I guess. But I don't think there's a cafe car model in the game, Bruins. $85 yards. There might be Thelonious actually, yeah. I was thinking about that as I said it. The one on the back is the cafe car, is it? Was it? So it is, yes, that is the cafe car. So this is 4 normal coaches and a cafe. The other one then is 4 normal coaches and a business. What, you mean like a kind of a Diner Dash game, buffet car, Crucible? Alright, where are we putting it? That's where we're putting it. It even says it, look, food service car. Fail me. Sell all the sandwiches before we get to Oxford, yeah. Woggyman 2002, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, I tell you what, Lady did a good one today, one of our cats. She's taken to sitting on the kitchen bin. Don't ask me. Cats like to sit in strange places, mostly to claim them as their own. But I also think she gets an interesting view that's different to all the views she's had before. And she's just trying to be a pain in the neck, I think. Some of the degree is that, because that makes it impossible to get into the bin. And so I had to shoo her off the bin, because I needed to put a new bin bag in there and get some trash thrown away. And yeah, flip top bin, that's the one. You like the videos? Thank you very much, Woggy Man. Good to have you on the stream. So anyway, I took her off the top and then realised I didn't know where the bin bags were. Hunted for the bin bags, pulled her back off the top of the bin because she jumped back on. Opened the bin up, put the unwrapped it, sorted the bin bag out, put the bin bag back in the thing, and as soon as I did that, she decided she wanted to be back on the bin. You can already see where this is ending, can't you? And she went head first into the bin. She was not happy. I may have laughed quite loud. Just saying. I may have laughed quite loud. I pulled her out of the bin, and I think she was so embarrassed because she just shot off out the cat flap and disappeared. Oh dear. She came back later on, full of criticisms for all of the things. Back on form. It's almost as funny. No, that one was genuinely more funny. But the other one that's always funny is when we've got like a butler serving hatch between the dining room and the kitchen, and there's a glass doors on it, and one day we'd shut them. I can't remember why we'd shut them, but we did. And Tiggy used to jumping up from the ground up onto the shelf where the serving hatch is, and then coming through into the dining room. Needless to say, all we heard was thump. Where am I from? I'm from. Well, I was born in Suffolk in England, MESRT. I've lived all over because my dad was in the Royal Air Force. But most of my life I probably spent living in Suffolk, and at the moment I'm living in Kent, where I've been for about 5 or 6 years now. Spent about 10 years living in East London, but don't hold that against me. You were born in Texas, Woggerman. Nice. How northern and scary was Crewe? It was fine. It was fine. You're from South East London. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I used to live in Leytonstone for a long old time. You can say plenty, Mickey. We just can't understand you. Lady is senior supervisor of bins, yeah. You're from Manchester, now you live in West Yorkshire. Man. No, this at the end of this service, we just what happens next is we just uncouple it, take the switcher back to the from whence it came. Oh, and we saw a train. Bruins. I'm not entirely sure what we'll do next. Probably do another Cub Car one next, and then we'll look at the O8 on Northern Transpennine. Since we only did a short one on the Cub Car before. Oh yes, indeed, Rob. Yeah. Hey there, DJSB. How's it going? Hey Lila. Nothing like a bit of American switcher. DJSB, 28 months. It'd be rude not to. Thank you very much indeed, DJSB. Much appreciated. Can you see the cab car? I'm going to do another cab car service in a minute, VA Railfan. I did one at the start of this stream. Crucible, thank you very much for the resub. 31 months, time flies, keep up the good work. Thank you very much indeed, Crucible, much appreciated. So we figured your sub-lapse when half the Discord channels disappeared. Oh, wow. It should update itself shortly. In fact, I'll go and give it a kick now. I would if it was logged in, but I'm not logged into Discord actually. Excellent. There's Discord. Oh, you're back in. That was just okay. Nice one, Bruce. I saw the video, Ben. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, there's nothing fast about switching in the in Sunnyside Yard. Railfan trip in Shreveport to see some Pacific KCS. Nice. Whereabouts are those ones run from too, right? What's happening in the TS1 building? It's been very quiet. Oh, they're busy. I think there's some route in progress at the moment. Possibly more, but certainly I know Danny's been putting in some hours lately. Move a bit closer to the back window. Really? You can always adjust the seat. Revinus, when will I play on TS1? Well, I'm going to try and get back to a normal schedule next week, so try and get TS1 and TSW sort of about 50-50 split. Not sure what I'm going to run yet. I need to have a look through and see what's been released since I last ran TS1. There's probably a ton of stuff. Just Trains 4MT is now on Steam. Oh, excellent. Is that one of their more complex Steam models? One day I'm going to reboot that thing just to get it working again. Complex Steam model equals undrivable. How'd you work that out, baby kid? It's not just got a go button. I thought, did you put a link in there, Woody? I think the bot might have got you. If you need to post a link, get one of the mods to do a permit. Or, to be honest, it's all a little bit oversensitive. If it's got a dot in it, sometimes it needs to be a permitted thing. Yeah, Amar, I'm going to reset the stream in a minute. Next time you stream the Model Railway. It's Dad's Model Railway, not my Model Railway. But I think Whitsun will be the next main one. Not Whitsun, we've done Whitsun. The August... Yeah, the August bank holidays there. I think the next one that's coming up. Someone will correct me on that, I'm sure. Oh, nice one, Rocklet Railroad. Oh yes, I heard about the Ed Sheeran problem with the event. You'd think that Ed could have planned his event better and clashing with the Model Railway event. I mean, come on. How hard is it to not avoid, to not clash with the one else Model Railway event? Priorities, man. There's details on this that I really like. Things like the rust on the back here, and it just looks all... It looks looked after, but old. There you go. A quick whiz with the thing, but I hit the stop marker. Oh, I didn't quite get to level 67. Oh, great. Probably won't do anything useful. I wasn't there when they did the recording, Woody. Right, that's the end of that one.